The time is 10:12 p.m. Good evening. The news headline: Niger insecurity. Fleeing bandits ran into military camp in Niger, scores killed. One soldier missing as abducted district head regains freedom. Scores of armed bandits fleeing in the ongoing military operation in Zamfara and Katsina states on Friday afternoon met their Waterloo in the hands of soldiers at Mangada village near Alawa in Shiroro local government area of Niger State. The bandits, who were escaping through the notorious Alawa forest in their hundreds, ran into the military, a camp station at Alawa, and engaged the soldiers in a serious gun battle for several hours. At the end of the gun battle, one soldier was said to be missing, while scores of bandits were neutralized and several others escaped in the forest with bullet injuries. Those who escaped with serious bullet wounds are still being trailed by the soldiers as the entire forest is being combed in search of the escaped ones. About 6 machine guns and a number of AK-47 rifles and bags of ammunition were recovered from the bandits, according to a source close to Alawa community who spoke to our correspondent on the condition of anonymity. Most of the bandits killed all look like foreigners, as they have no resemblance of Nigerians. In fact, from the dead bodies that we saw, they are not Nigerians. These are foreigners. All of them are carrying long hair like women. They don't have resemblance of Nigerians, and they don't know the terrain. That was why they ran into the soldiers, because they did not know that there is soldiers camp there. Our source said. It disclosed that though one soldier was killed by the bandits, the soldiers recorded a huge success by killing several of them, stressing that as I speak with you, the bodies of the bandits killed are still littered in the bush. This is one breakthrough recorded by the military in its war against armed banditry in the state. In recent time, however, it could be recalled that the bandits had in April this year invaded the military base in Alawa and killed 5 soldiers and a mobile policeman. The entire military camp was razed down by the armed bandits who invaded the base at about 3 a.m. when soldiers had just returned to their base from area patrol. After the invasion of the military base, the bandits moved to the community where they killed 7 people and abducted a number of villagers. Meanwhile, the district head of Wawa in Bogu local government area, Dr. Mamad Aliyu, who was abducted by armed bandits barely a week ago, have regained his freedom. The district head was set free by the bandits on Friday evening without paying any payment of any ransom money, according to a source close to his palace. The police public relations officer of the Niger State Command, ASP Wasiu Abiodun, confirmed the release of the monarch, and the analysis is quite simple. We could remember that quite a while now, Sheikh Gumi has actually been on the sides of bandits, saying that they should not be, that they should not be haunted, that they should be released for reasons best known to him, because he's always saying about national peace or the likes like that, which is still not really reasonable, so to say. This is on Monday, the Islamic cleric actually, he asked Nigerian government to grant amnesty to bandits like they gave it to Niger Delta militants, where Gumi said that he went to negotiate for a peace deal with them, and that according to him, the military action against the criminal herdsmen and bandits will not solve the security challenge but will only worsen it, where he said that no military, especially of a poor economy, can win a guerrilla warfare, citing that the recent victory of the Taliban in Afghanistan as an example. And the capture of Israel was saying that bandits are going nowhere till our federal government gives them amnesty like Niger Delta militants. He wrote it that Zamfara state is unique in many aspects, and that the state ignited a wildfire of state constitutional amendments that accommodated the application of Sharia law beyond personal law. And what he was just trying to say in that place was that the federal government needs to understand that the educational status and lack of an effective unified leadership the Fulani herdsmen and the bandits had faced untold hardship at the hands of authorities where they were extorted and stereotyped, that all these things actually led them to doing all these things. And with the acquisition of weapons, they realized how easy it became to be masters of their abode, the forest, where no authority can venture into any hour. This has embodied them to further attack people for more ransoms to sustain their newfound reality. And that what the federal government needs to do is to, come to a dialogue with them rather than, fighting them or killing them, that they are going nowhere and this will only do more harm. And then as a result of this statement, the special advisor to President Muhammadu Buhari on media and publicity, Femi Adesina, has actually reacted to it, says that bandits are going hellfire in response to the statements credited to the controversial Islamic cleric Ahmad Gumi, who said bandits are going nowhere. And in his article on Thursday titled, "I like this pampering, don't you?" Adesina expressed his pleasure with the bombardment of bandits enclaves in northern Nigeria by the Nigerian armed forces, while pointing out that the criminals were afforded the chance to repent. And before they got to this sorry pass, they had the chance to turn a new leaf. Zamfara, Katsina, and many other states offered dialogue. The government tried to negotiate with them, but they were contumacious, like dogs fated for destruction. They refused to hear the hunter's whistle. They filled the land with sorrow, tears, blood, them regular trademark, as Fela Anikulapo Kuti would say. Now the shoe is on the foot, additional opine. And in the different evil forests, when the Nigerian Air Force strikes from the sky, the remnants of the evildoers not killed immediately attempt to flee. The ground troops then pick them off like flies. I say it again, one who has never been producer of our troops, they are cleaning up the country. Shocking and disconcerting, however, that in the middle of all this, you still hear words meant to discourage our gallant soldiers. A bandit lover is on record as saying military offensive would not work and that the bandits are going nowhere. True? False. They are going somewhere, and that is hell. And this was the response of Femi Adesina to Sheikh Gumi after his utterances about about the bandits going nowhere. Femi Adesina has come so hard on Sheikh Gumi, calling him a bandit lover, and saying that the bandits are actually going to hell because the federal government, amidst other state governors like Zamfara State, Katsina State, had actually given these bandits opportunities like Femi Adesina used in his own words, chance to turn a new leaf, but they were contumacious in his words. Like he used an analogy saying that the same way dogs fated for distraction where they refused to hear the hunter's whistle, that is how these bandits had refused to negotiate with the federal government and the governor, and even turn a new leaf by surrendering like others doing. And Shehu Sani has took carpet took advantage of this, like you can relate, and saying that the Sheikh Gumi and Femi Adesina, who is the special advisor to President Muhammadu Buhari on media and publicity, that they should meet him at his poultry along Kaduna Abuja Road for a peace meeting tomorrow by 10 a.m. And as we all know, that Shehu Sani is a former lawmaker, representing the Kaduna Central Senatorial Zone, and saying that they should meet him at Kaduna Abuja Road, and they should not come with entourage. Seems funny because we know the banditry level in that side is actually on the high side, and it's quite hilarious for Shehu Sani to have called them to come around to settle this. We can't call it quarrel actually, but this throwback at themselves in the event, and it would be nice to see the both of them eat to Shehu Sani's. And in summary is that the military again have killed some bandits who they say looks like they are not even, that they do not have any resemblance to the Nigerians. Perhaps they are foreigners, and it is this will be very serious if we are not careful. That because now that these foreigners are looking for, they are sneaking into the country to perpetrate evil as bandits, and we cannot distinguish them between the Nigerians and as they are Fulanis and the likes. I think there is need to enforce more, because the military are actually doing a very good job for succeeding in this aspect, and we hope to see more from them. Thanks for listening. Good evening.